I believe when we look back on 2020, this will be the year that validated Tesla's business model. I'm Jonathan Stewart, and welcome to Cleanerwatt. It's really easy to look smart and good as a company when the economy is booming, but when things get tough, you find out what is really working in your business. Last year, around this time, the economy was booming and everything was looking good, and of course, here we are now in a completely different situation. However, through this all, Tesla appears to be faring very well. Tesla just released their Q2 2020 delivery numbers, and they are looking very good. As you can see here from these numbers, Tesla was still able to deliver 90,650 vehicles even though their Fremont factory was shut down for over a month. On top of this, Tesla was able to get Fremont producing vehicles in the same number that they were before everything shut down. I believe there are two ways that we can show just how significant these deliveries are. The first is by looking at Tesla's quarterly deliveries last year. So as you can see from this chart, when you look at Q1 2019 and Q2 2019, the total deliveries for both of those quarters accumulated together is 158,200. Tesla was not profitable for either of those quarters, and they were not profitable, of course, for the full year. When you add up that same period for 2020, Q1 and Q2, you see that they delivered 179,050 vehicles during that same period this year. Q1 for Tesla was profitable, and it appears like Q2 of this year might also be profitable. And Tesla will likely, for the first time in company history, post a full fiscal year of profitability. So even with all the headwinds they have faced this year, Tesla is still ahead of where they were last year. Another big way to show how significant this is to compare Tesla's delivery growth to the rest of the automotive market. As you can see from this chart, if you look at the first two quarters of 2019 versus the first two quarters of 2020, Nissan is down 39% plus, BMW of North America is down over 29%, Fiat Chrysler is down over 25%, Honda Motors down 23.8%, and of course, as we talked about earlier, Tesla is positive and positive 13.2%. Tesla's growth, of course, stands in big contrast to the rest of the automotive market and what they are experiencing right now. Let's dive into different aspects of Tesla's business model and talk about what is right and what is working. The first aspect of Tesla's business model that is proving to be right is that they started with a battery electric vehicle only product line. Many other legacy automakers are trying to switch over to electric because they know it's the future, but they're having a hard time because they still have the old technology that they have to continue to manufacture and sell. It's hard for them to market their EV products too strongly because they can't completely kill what is feeding them right now, and that is their internal combustion engines. EVs are really where the global vehicle demand is going. And because Tesla is already the clear leader in electric vehicles, this makes the company a lot more future-proof because EVs are the future. On top of all that, a side benefit of selling only battery electric vehicles is that they gain a lot of benefits from the regulatory credits. And one example of this is how Fiat Chrysler is currently paying Tesla millions and hundreds of millions of dollars every quarter to buy their zero-emission vehicle credits that Fiat Chrysler needs to not face fines because they're not making and selling enough electric vehicles. Another big piece of Tesla's business model that is working really well is instead of spending a ton of money paying for advertising, they instead take that money and build a really amazing product. Products that people just simply like don't get talked about a lot, but when you absolutely love a product and it goes above and beyond, that's a product that you like to talk about and you like to share with your friends. Tesla has built that product. They are constantly updating their vehicles with new software updates, which adds new features, new benefits, both fun and useful. As Elon said before, Tesla doesn't build slow cars. They instead build very fast, very fun, and very desirable cars. Tesla doesn't need to advertise because their customers advertise for them. Another part of Tesla's business model that has been copied by other manufacturers is the fact that they take pre-orders for their vehicles when they launch them. I believe this is a big reason why Tesla was able to still post very good delivery numbers right now during this hard time in our global economy, because they have a lot of pre-orders already in for the Model Y. When Tesla starts shipping their next vehicle, the Cybertruck, it will of course have the same benefit because there are 700,000+ people that have put down deposits for the Cybertruck, and that is a huge list of people that Tesla will be able to sell that vehicle to immediately. Another big aspect of Tesla's business model is the fact that they sell all of their vehicles direct to the consumer without a dealership model. This gives them a lot of financial flexibility, and they do not have to offer as many incentives or discounts in order to get a sale. It also really helps when times are tough and there are certain regions always hit harder by economic tough times. Like for instance right now, Nevada has the highest unemployment rate of any state in the United States. According to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, Nevada has the worst unemployment percentage of the entire United States. Hawaii's number 2, Michigan's number 3, and California, Massachusetts, and Rhode Island have a tie for the 4th worst unemployment rate as of May 2020. Obviously, the unemployment rate does affect vehicle sales directly, because if people are out of a job, they're less likely to go buy a new vehicle. But as you can see, certain areas are hit harder than others. And with a dealership model, if there's a dealership in Nevada, they definitely have to push a lot harder to make sales. And a vehicle manufacturer will probably have to put out a lot more incentives for that area and dealers in that area to keep those dealers from going out of business. If demand for Tesla's vehicles gets a little weak in one area, they can always ship those vehicles to anywhere else in the United States and often to other parts of the world. Another big benefit of this direct-to-consumer sales model is the fact that they don't miss out on margin when they sell a vehicle. With a dealership model, the manufacturer has to sell the vehicle to the dealership, and the dealer also has to make a little bit of profit off that vehicle, so they have to mark it up a little further. In Tesla's model, they're able to capture the entire margin of the vehicle. This principle also plays out when it comes to Tesla's parts and service. For a traditional dealership, most of their money is made in service. And I'm not saying that Tesla is out to make a bunch of money from their service department, but this is a potential benefit for them where they could make some profit. Another aspect of Tesla's business model that has become increasingly important during these tough times is the fact that they have an online-based sales model that does not rely on physical stores as much as a traditional dealership does. A lot of dealers have been scrambling and figuring out ways that they can sell their vehicles online and get them delivered to your home. But Tesla's business has always been set up for this, and they can very easily do touch-free delivery because it's a natural byproduct of the way they do business. This online sales model also allows Tesla to have a lot less showrooms, and it lowers their expenses when it comes to paying a sales staff. Another big aspect of Tesla's business model that has been very successful is the fact that they are very technology focused and they have software-based vehicles. This allows Tesla to constantly update their vehicles with new features, and while most of those updates are completely free, Tesla does offer some paid upgrades as well. Tesla's full self-driving package is one example of that, something that can be purchased after you buy the vehicle a year or two down the road. Right now it's currently selling for $8,000. So Tesla could have sold a car in 2019, and somebody in 2020 could have decided they wanted full self-driving and paid Tesla an extra $8,000. That is, of course, $8,000 of pure margin added to that vehicle sale. Recently, Tesla also offered a special deal for basic autopilot for those vehicles that did not have it included early on. Several months ago, Tesla also offered a software upgrade that increased the performance of the Model 3. And recently, Tesla also gave Model 3 Standard Range Plus owners a chance to pay a little bit extra to get heated rear seats. These are all examples of ways that Tesla can realize more income and more profit just with a software update. The very last piece of Tesla's business model that's been validated and proven to be right is, of course, the fact that they love to vertically integrate when it comes to their manufacturing. The more that Tesla is able to manufacture themselves, especially as they reach scale like they currently are, this allows them to lower the price of those parts and ultimately lower the price of their vehicles and possibly make more margin on those vehicles. When Tesla is able to lower the vehicle costs while still providing an amazing and great product, this makes their product a lot more competitive in the market and really hard for another automaker to compete with that product. This vertical integration has led to Tesla being able to release a vehicle like the Standard Range Plus Model 3 for only $38,000 and still make a profit on that vehicle. And in the future, the base model of the Cybertruck, which is the single motor version, for $39,990. It'll be tough for the competition to release an electric vehicle with anywhere near the stats of the Cybertruck for that price. So once again, I believe there are great things ahead for Tesla, and Tesla is really just beginning to bloom. Over the next several years, I believe Tesla's sales will continue to grow, and I'm very excited to see what Tesla's future holds. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it and that you learned something as well. If you're not yet subscribed to this channel, please consider subscribing. And if you do subscribe, if you click that bell icon, you'll be notified when new videos are published. Also, if you did like the video, please consider clicking that like button because that helps other people find the video as well. Also, I wanted to take a moment here to thank these Patreon supporters which support me every month. If you'd like to find out more about the Patreon community that I've set up and how you can support this channel, you can find out more by clicking the link in the description below. Thank you so much.